Srimad Bhagavatam is essence of all Vedic literature, Veda Puranas, last confusion of Srila Vyasdev. Only thing recommended that one should hear Srimad Bhagavatam from the right source, bona fide source. জীবের নিষ্ঠা লাগি সূত্র কইল মায়াবাদী ভাষ্য শুনিলে কৈশোর বনা. Mahaprabhu had given us caution. Don't go to Mayavadis, don't listen to their commentaries on Vedanta Sutra. If someone listens to the commentaries Vedanta Sutra to Mayavadis, his bhakti dhruti will be completely destroyed. Jao Bhagavata poro Vishnu Vrasthani ekanta aste karo Chaitanya. Go and approach a bhakta, Vaishnava, Bhagavata, and hear Bhagavata, study Bhagavata from him, and completely take shelter the lotus feet of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. What is need of taking complete shelter at the lotus feet of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu? What is need? In understanding Srimad Bhagavatam, that question. Yes, tell me. You know? So what does Srimad Mahaprabhu give us? What is his mercy? Adhuta karunyam, adhuta vadanyam, adhuta udartam. 3 times Srila Kaviraj Goswami mentioned this word adhuta. It's wonderful. He is wonderfully merciful, Srimad Mahaprabhu. Wonderfully munificent, wonderfully magnanimous. পতিত পাবন কিছু না বাঁচিল, উত্তম অধম কিছু না বাঁচিল, যাচিয়ে দিলে কো এমন গৌরাঙ্গের হৃদয়ে ধরিয়া. You understand? এমন গৌরাঙ্গ হৃদয়ে ধরিয়া. He never discriminates whether one is qualified or not qualified. Well, maybe most degraded, most fallen. That means he has no qualification at all. You understand? But he's so wonderfully merciful that he never discriminated whether one is qualified or not qualified. Uttama kichu na bachilo. He embraced, warmed indiscriminately. You understand? Emano Gaurangi. So you should understand this Gaurangi. So merciful, wonderfully merciful. Indiscriminately, he gives Krishna Prema. You understand? He Premananda Emano Gaurangi Hriday Bhriyabo. Premananda Das, a dear devotee of Mahaprabhu. Vaishnava said, and keep Gauranga in your heart, such Gauranga. He is wonderfully merciful, wonderfully munificent, and wonderfully magnanimous. Kaha Gauranga, Bhaja Gauranga, Kuha Gauranga, Lo Gauranga Namari, Jidana Gauranga Bhaji se hoye amar prana. This Premananda Das Vaishnava said it. Other name of Gauranga, speak the name of Gauranga. Chant the name of Gauranga, Bhaja Gauranga. Jedana Gauranga Bhaji se hoye amar prana. One who chants Gauranga, he is my heart and soul. পতিত পামর কিছু না বাঁচিল, পতিত পামর কিছু না বাঁচিল, ব্রহ্মার দুর্লভ প্রেম সরাকারী দিল। Indiscriminately he gives Krishna Prema. You understand? That Prema, Krishna Prema, even on the part of Brahma is very difficult to get. Such Krishna Prema. You understand? Durlhava rarely achieved. But the Gauranga gives it indiscriminately, without discrimination. You understand? So it's wonderfully merciful, wonderfully munificent. No incarnator, even Krishna. You understand? He doesn't get it. He doesn't get it. Lakhe, Rutaya. He keeps it hidden. Never is. You understand? He may give everything. Never is in Krishna. But when Krishna comes in form of Mahaprabhu, he feels in his you understand? That is his most munificent. Namo Mahabharanyaya, Krishna Prema Prayati, Krishna Chaitanya Gaura Purishya. Rupa Goswami offers this pranamam to Gour. Nigad Mahabharanya, most munificent gives it them. This prema bhakti is required. This human birth, human life is meant for that. To get that same knowledge. That's known as fifth Purusartha. You understand? Parama Purusartha, Supreme Purusartha. There are four Purusarthas. Isn't it? Dharma, Artha, Kam, Mokta. In English, you know. So, religiosity, economic development, Artha, Kama, this material desires, fulfillment of material desires, Mokta, liberation. These are known as four Purusarthas. But above this four Purusarthas, fifth Purusartha is Supreme Purusartha. This is Krishna Prema. This human life is meant for that. To achieve that Krishna Prema and Mahaprabhu's. And that Prema Bhakti is needed to understand Krishna, to approach Krishna. Prema however, how can you approach Krishna? Not so easy. Prema however. One who has developed this Krishna Prema, he can get to Krishna. He can approach. He can find a Krishna in his heart. Bhaktva ama premi bandhya se hudaya vitvaye. Jahan nitya padi, tahan dekhe amar. Chaitanya Chandana. Kaviraj Goswami quotes the sayings of Krishna that they are devotees of mine. He has bound me up in his heart with the rope of love. That rope is required to bind me. This ordinary rope you can't find. You're not ordinary person. You understand? Bhakta ama prema today. Jahan nitya padi, tahan dekhe amar. Wherever he looks, he sees me. You understand? He sees me. In Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says, Tasyam nam pranashyami sautame nam pranashyami. Jamam pasyati sarvatra sarvamcha vai pasyati. Tasyam nam pranashyami sautame nam pranashyami. Do you understand? Do you understand this? Gita. What's your name? I forgot. Jagapurus Prabhu. You understand? Krishna says, Jamam pasyati sarvatra sarvamcha vai pasyati. Tasyam na pranashyami sautame na pranashyami. One who sees me everywhere. One who sees me everywhere and sees everything in me. He is not out of my sight and I am not out of his sight. This is sentence. This is question of love. Who can see Krishna everywhere? One who developed this love for us. Bhava janga dekhi na dekhitar mukti sarvatra hitar istadiva. This is moving and non-moving entities. But he never sees the outward path. Sarvatra hitar istadiva smriti. Everywhere he says he sees Ishta. Ishta means his worshipable deity, Lord. That is Krishna. You understand? This is Krishna. Such a person can see. Otherwise, can anybody see? Or see the outer parts. How can I see Krishna? Have you any statistics? Otistopi Mahamne. Out of crores of persons, Hardly one is available. Hardly one is available. Out of crores. Huh? Not easy. So this prema can be developed only by getting Srimad Bhagavatam. As for that, hold that. And Mahaprabhu gives that for you. Therefore, go and approach. Ekantasya Guru Chaitanya Swami. Take them, say, let us Chaitanya, to feel this. Thereby, understand Bhagavatam. Bhagavatam is Krishna Tulya Bhagavatam. That's Krishna. So, we have this program in our temple. My revered Krishna Master introduced it. Srimad Bhagavatam Path Pravachan. Daily activity, like a daily activity, nitya karma. You must take food, take sleep, take bath, pass food, urine, nitya karma. Ashok, bandhana, prayer, upon prayer. You understand? It's nitya karma, daily, similar daily activity. Daily activity is Bhagavad. Jao, Bhagavad Paro Vaishnava Swami. Ekanta Sukruti. Go and approach the Bhakta Bhagavata. Vaishnava is an embodiment of Bhagavata. And here Bhagavata study about completely like self-help. Then it will stand. Bhagavata Dinamani Shadravana Samo. Tar Sasrati Janmi Tadvikana. One who doesn't accept Srimad Bhagavata, nature, Javan. Life after life, he will be punished by Jamaraj. You understand? Here, this verse speaks about nature, Javana, Gina, Kirata, Guna, those things. Still, such persons can gain if they approach Maharaja with their fortunate enough. All right, from the top. Om Namo Bhagavati Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavati Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavati Vasudevaya. Srimad Bhagavatam, second canto, chapter 4, text 18. Kirata Unandra Pulino Pukasa Avira Sumha Javana Kasadayo Jyonitra Papa Java Opa Swaya Swaya Suddhanti Tasmai Prabha Visnavi Namaha. Kirato Hnanda Pulinda Pulkasha Avira Sumha Javana Kasadito Jyanita Papa Jatapa Swaya Swaya Suddhanti Tasmai Prabha Visnavi Namaha. Translation by Srila Prabhupada. Kirato Hunam Andro Pulinda Pulkasha Avira Sumbha, Javana, members of the Khasa races, and even others addicted to sinful acts can be purified by taking shelter of the devotees of the Lord due to his being the supreme power. I beg to offer my respectful obeisances unto him. Purport by Srila Prabhupada. Kirata, a province of old Bharatavarsha mentioned in Bhishma Parva Mahabharata. Generally, the Kiratas are known as the aboriginal tribes of India, and in modern days, the Santal Pravanas in Bihar and Chotnagpur might comprise the old province named Kirata. Huna. The area of East Germany and part of Russia is known as the province of the Hunas. Accordingly, sometimes a kind of hill tribe is known as the Hunas. Andhra, a province in southern India mentioned in Bhishma Parva of Mahabharata, it is still extant under the same name. Pulinda is mentioned in Mahabharata Adi Parva, namely the inhabitants of the province of named Pulinda. This country was conquered by Bhimasena and Sahadeva. The Greeks are known as Pulindas, and it is mentioned in the Vanaparva of Mahabharata that the non-Vedic race of this part of the world would rule over the world. This Pulinda province was also one of the provinces of Bihar, of Bharata, and the inhabitants were classified among the Kshatriya kings. But later on, due to their giving up the Brahminical culture, they are mentioned as mlechas, just as those who are not followers of the Islamic culture are called kafirs, and those who are not followers of Christian culture are called heathens, Avhira. This name also appears in Mahabharata, both in the Sabhaparva and Vishnuparva. It is mentioned that this province was situated on the river Saraswati and Sindh. The modern Sindh province formally extended on the other side of the Arabian Sea, and all inhabitants of that province were known as Avhiras. They were under the domination of Maharaja Yudhishthira, and according to the statements of Markandeya, the mlechas of this part of the world would also rule over Bharata. Later on, this proved to be true, as in the case of the Pulindas. On behalf of the Pulindas, Alexander the Great conquered India, and on behalf of the Avhiras, Muhammad Ghori conquered India. These Avhiras were also from the Kshatriyas within the Brahminical culture, but they gave up the connection. The Kshatriyas were afraid of Parsuram and had hidden themselves in Caucasian hilly regions. Later on became known as Avhiras, and the place they inhabited was known as Avhira Desha. Sumbas or Kankas, the inhabitants of Kanka province of old Bharata, mentioned in Mahabharata. Javanas was the name of one of the sons of Maharaja Jati, who was given the part of the world known as Turkey to rule. Therefore, the Turks are Javanas due to being descendants of Maharaja Javana. The Javanas were therefore Kshatriyas, and later on, by giving up the Brahminical culture, they became Mlesha Javanas. Descriptions of the Javanas are in Mahabharata Adi Parva. Another province called Turvasu, another prince called Turvasu was also known as Javana, and his country was conquered by Sahadeva, one of the Pandavas. The western Javan joined with Duryodhana in the battle of Kurukshetra under the pressure of Krsna. It is also foretold that these Javanas also would conquer India, and it proved to be true. Krsha. The inhabitants of the Krsha are mentioned in Mahabharata Drona Parva. Those who have a stunted growth of hair on the upper lips are generally called Khasas. As all, the Khasa are the Mongolians, the Chinese, and others who are so designated. The above mentioned historical names are different nations of the world. Even those who are constrainedly engaged in sinful acts are all eligible to the standard of perfect human beings if they take shelter the devotees of the Lord. Jesus Christ and Muhammad, two powerful devotees of the Lord, have done tremendous service on behalf of the Lord on the surface of the globe. And from the version of Srimad Swami, it appears that instead of running godless civilization in the present context of the world situation, if the leadership of the world affairs is entrusted to the devotees of the Lord, for which the worldwide organization under the name and style of International Society for Krishna Consciousness has already been started, then by the grace of the Almighty Lord, there can be a thorough change of heart in human beings all over the world, because the devotees of the Lord are able authorities to effect such a change by purifying the dust or mind of the people in general. The politicians of the world may remain in their respective positions because the pure devotees of the Lord are not interested in politics, in political leadership or diplomatic implications. The devotees are interested only in seeing the people in general are not misguided by political propaganda, and in seeing that the valuable life of a human being is not spoiled in following a type of civilization ultimately doomed. If the politicians, therefore, would be guided by the good counsel of the devotees, then certainly there will be great change in the world situation by the purifying propaganda of the devotees, as shown by Lord Chaitanya. As Sukadeva Goswami began his prayer by discussing the word Jat Kirtanam, so also Lord Chaitanya recommended us simply by glorifying the Lord's holy name. A tremendous change of heart can take place by which the complete misunderstanding within the human nation created by politicians can at once be extinguished. And after the extinction of the fire of misunderstanding, other prophets will follow. The destination is to go back to Godhead, as we have several times discussed in these pages. According to the cult of devotion generally known as Vaishnava cult, there is no bar against anyone's advancing matter of God realization. A Vaishnava is powerful enough to turn into a Vaishnava, even the Tirata, etc. As above mentioned. In the Bhagavad Gita, 932, it is said by the Lord that there is no bar to becoming a devotee of the Lord, even for those who are lower or women, Sudras or Vaishyas. And by becoming a devotee, everyone is eligible to turn home back to God. The only qualification is that one takes shelter of a pure devotee of the Lord, who has thorough knowledge and transcendental science of Krishna, Bhagavad Gita and Srimad Bhagavatam. Anyone from any part of the world who becomes well conversant in the science of Krishna becomes a pure devotee and a spiritual master for the general mass of people and may reclaim them by purification of heart. Though a person with even the most simple man, he can at once be purified by systematic contact with a pure Vaishnava. A Vaishnava therefore can accept bona fide disciple from any part of the world without any consideration of caste and creed and promote him by regulatory principle to the status of a pure Vaishnava with transcendental Brahminical culture. The system of caste or Varnashram Dharma is no longer regular, even amongst the so-called followers of the system. Nor is it now possible to re-establish the institutional function in the present context of social, political, and economic revolution without any reference to the particular custom of country. One can be accepted to the Vaishnava cult spiritually, and there is no hindrance in the transcendental process. So, with the order of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, the cult of Srimad Bhagavatam, of the Srimad Bhagavad Gita, can be preached all over the world, reclaiming all persons willing to accept the transcendental cult. Such cultural propaganda by the devotees will certainly be accepted by all persons who are reasonable and inquisitive, without any particular request for the custom of the country. The Vaishnava never accepts another Vaishnava on the basis of birthright, just as he never thinks the deity of the Lord in a temple as an idol. And to remove all doubts in this connection, Sukadeva Goswami has invoked blessings of the Lord, who is all-powerful, Prabhu Vishnavi Namaha. As the all-powerful Lord accepts the humble service of his devotee in devotional activities of Archana, is far as the worshipable deity in the temple. Similarly, the body of a pure Vaishnava changes transcendentally at once when he gives himself up to the service of the Lord and is trained by a qualified Vaishnava. The injunction of Vaishnava regulation in this connection runs as follows. Arche Vishnu Sridhari Guru Sunaramatir Vaishnavi Jati Buddhi Sri Vishnu Namni Sabda Samanya Buddhi, etc. One should not consider the deity of the Lord as worshipped in the temple to be an idol, nor should one consider the authorized spiritual master an ordinary man, nor should one consider a pure Vaishnava to belong to a particular caste, etc. What the Purana says. The conclusion is that Lord being all powerful can under any and every circumstance accept anyone from any part of the world, either personally or through his bona fide manifestation as a spiritual master. Lord Chaitanya accepted many devotees from community other than the Varnashramites. And he himself declared to teach us that he doesn't belong to any caste or social order of life, but that he is the eternal servant of the Lord who maintains the damsels of Vrindavan, Lord Krishna. That is the way of self-realization. So, long forward, very exhaustive, explanatory. My little master, Prabhupada, has given. It is very easy to understand, no difficulty. So, Sukadeva Goswami here says, Kirato Huna Andhra Pulinda Pulkas Abhiyo Sumbha Javana, members of Kosarese, and even others addicted to sinful acts can be purified by taking shelter of the devotees of the Lord due to his being supreme power. I beg to offer my respectful obeisances and prayer. These are the mentioned here. The inhabitants of these provinces are very lower human beings. Their consciousness is very, very low. You understand? One whose consciousness is improved, superior, purified, can understand Krishna, approach Krishna. You understand? Those who have very low type of low consciousness, very, very inferior consciousness, like consciousness of an animal, cannot understand Krishna, cannot approach Krishna. You understand? There's Veda Puranas that Krishna gave us for the conditioned souls. You understand? It's meant for humanities. You understand? It's meant for humanities. There are 84 lakhs of species, isn't it? 84 lakhs of species there are. Jalaja Navalokshani. Do you know numbers? Jagna Purush or what is that? Jagna Purush. Jalaja Navalokshani. Sthavara Vinsalakshana. Krumeru Rudra Sankhyoka. Pakhinani Dasalakshana. Trinsalakshani Pasavo. Satulakshani Manava. Total 84 lakhs. Jalada means aquatic animals. Those found in water. They are of 9 lakhs of types. Sthavara Vinsalakshani. 20 lakhs of types are trees, creepers, mountains, hills. Sthavara. Krumero Rudra Samkhuka. 11 lakhs of types are worms, insects, do you understand? Jars, etc. 11 lakhs of types. Pakhinam Dasalokhyam. 10 lakhs types of birds are there. 300,000 Pashavo. 30 lakhs types of beasts are there. 4,00,000 Manava. 4 lakhs types of human beings are there. You understand? 4 lakhs types of human beings. So among them come all these things. Kirato, Hunandha, Pulinda, Pulkas, Abhiva, Shumbha, Javana, members of Kosarese, and even others addicted to sinful acts. They come from 84, and say 4 lakhs of types of human beings. This is given in for the Purana. But my question is, how this division has been made? 4 lakhs types of human beings. In what? What is the basis? Calculation, they calculated. They determined such divisions, 4 lakhs types of human beings. Can you say? What is the basis? On what basis they calculated? Vasudev calculated. Vasudev was mentioned in Padma Purana. It is not a fact that all human beings are same. Chodulokshani Maharaja. 4 lots of types of human beings are there. Do you understand? What basis? He said like this. One may ask, what is this? Human beings is human beings. One. What is this? That 4 lots of types of human beings. So it says, Kirato, Puno, Pulindo, Anto. Full cost, Javanos, cost. Blessed of Javan. Do you understand? It is calculated on the basis of the blossoming consciousness. Do you understand? The consciousness is not of the same level. There are 5 levels of consciousness. Do you know that yogis? Conscious being and unconscious. Which is animate is conscious. Non-animate, not conscious. Unconscious. This has no conscious. Inanimate. Animate, conscious. Do you understand? So there are 5 levels of consciousness. Do you know it? What are those 5 levels of consciousness? No, that's consciousness is Chetana. In Sanskrit you say, Krishna Chetana, Krishna consciousness. What is all no more pranamaya? Anandamaya, like that. That's the thing. Bhaktivinoda Thakur Acharya said in Teshri Sikyanta, do you know? Abhrita Chetana, Sankuchita Chetana, Mukulita Chetana, Vikachita Chetana, Purna Vikachita Chetana. In English I will say, Abhrita Chetana, covered consciousness. Do you understand? Covered consciousness. Sankuchita Chetana, in English says, shrunken consciousness. Shrunken. Then Mukulita Chetana, budding consciousness. Like water. Our is first water, then it blossoms. Gradual blossom. Then Mukulita Chetana is the blossoming consciousness. Then Vikachita Chetana, you understand? A Mukulita is body consciousness, Vikachita Chetana, blossoming consciousness, and Purna Vikachita Chetana, completely blossoming consciousness. This is type of consciousness. The last level is completely blossoming consciousness. That we say complete Krishna consciousness. Last level of consciousness. So out of these 84 lakhs of species, 4 lakhs of species are human beings. 80 lakhs of species are other than human beings. Aquatics, birds, bears, insects, worms, trees, mountains, etc. Isn't it? There are 80 lakhs of species. There are consciousness. These 8 lakhs of species, consciousness of this 8 lakhs of species come under these first 2 categories of consciousness. That is Abhuta Chetana and Sankuchita Chetana. Covered consciousness and sunken consciousness. Do you follow? They come under these 2 levels of consciousness, of the 80 lakhs of species. But human beings, they come under the 3 levels of consciousness. This is Mukulita Chetana, Vikachita Chetana, and Purna Vikachita Chetana. This budding consciousness, blossoming consciousness, and completely blossoming consciousness, that's complete Krishna consciousness. They come under. Therefore, human beings are considered superior than other living entities. Because their consciousness is something better, superior to the consciousness of other species. Do you follow? So these Vedas Purana teaching are given to humans. Whatever level of consciousness one may be, Do you understand? The human being I am speaking of. Now, whatever level of consciousness one may be in this budding consciousness level or blossoming consciousness level. Do you understand? But chance has been given to elevate, to improve his consciousness to the highest level of consciousness, that is completely blossoming consciousness, that's complete Krishna consciousness. That is the perfection of human life. Do you understand? That is the perfection of human life. So there are these divisions. 4 lots of types of human beings. Because of this level of consciousness. Nothing else. So you can't say that all human beings are saved. No. There are 4 lots of types of human beings. Because of their development of consciousness. Unfoldment of consciousness. Do you understand? The highest level of consciousness is complete Krishna consciousness. Purna Vyodhita Chitana. And one must come to that level of consciousness, must elevate himself to that level of consciousness. Then it is to be understood that he has achieved success in his human body. Otherwise, no. He will be degraded to animals, to other species. Do you understand? If by getting human body, Krishna gives you the chance to elevate your consciousness to the highest level of consciousness, that is complete Krishna consciousness. You understand? That is what. And Sukadeva Goswami here said, whatever may be, he said here, Kirato, Puna, Andho, Pulindo, Purkas, Avio, Sumbho, Javana, members of false races, even others addicted to sinful acts, can be purified by taking shelter of the devotees of the Lord. Yes, by taking shelter of the devotees of the Lord. Vaishnava, pure devotee of the Lord. His consciousness is completely blessed consciousness. Complete Krishna consciousness, who is always observing Krishna, who sees Krishna everywhere. You understand? Who has developed pure love for Krishna, who has bound up Krishna in his heart. That's the rope of love. You understand? I quoted before reading Srimad Bhagavatam from Chaitanya Charitamrita, from Srimad Bhagavatam, isn't it? Who sees Krishna everywhere? Tasyahu na pranasyami satamena pranasyati. Krishna said, Javan pasyati sarvatra, sarvam cha vai pasyati, tasyahu na pranasyami satamena pranasyati. Who sees me everywhere and sees everything in me, he is not out of my sight and not out of his sight. That is what. His consciousness is completely blossoming consciousness, complete Krishna consciousness. He sees everything is related to Krishna. Everybody is related to Krishna. Anang sarvasya prabhava matta sarvam pravartati iti matva bhunteman buddha bhava samandita. Gita, Krishna says. Most important words. I am the source of all emanations, all manifestations of creation. Everything has come out from me. You understand? Buddha bhava samandita. Matta sarvam iti matva bhunteman buddha. Those are learned person, Pandit. They know this thing. They do my bhajan, this move of love, prema. Do you understand? Yes. Preaching for our bhajan. Bhajan should be done with prema. No prema, no bhajan. It's not Krishna bhajan, it's Maya bhajan. It's Maya bhajan. Keneva bhajilu Maya or a high. Do you understand? Here Sukadeva Goswami says, whatever may be can be purified by taking shelter of devotees of the Lord. So Vaishnava, you understand? He can purify the whole world. You understand? Who has come here with Krishna. Do you understand? Who has come here to give Krishna, to deliver Krishna. Do you understand? To enable you, to give you opportunity, to make your life successful, to achieve success in man. Huh? Do you understand? কৃষ্ণ যে তোমার কৃষ্ণ দিতে পার তোমার শপথি আছে আমি যে কাঙ্গাল কৃষ্ণ কৃষ্ণ বলি ধায় তব পাচ্ছে পাচ্ছে one of the songs of Narottam Das Thakur. ও বৈষ্ণব ঠাকুর হ্যাঁ ও বৈষ্ণব ঠাকুর কৃষ্ণ যে তোমার কৃষ্ণ দিতে পার তোমার শপথি আছে আমি যে কাঙ্গাল কৃষ্ণ কৃষ্ণ বলি ধায় তব পাচ্ছে ও বৈষ্ণব ঠাকুর কৃষ্ণ belongs to you. Krishna belongs to you because you are bound of Krishna. You understand? You are bound of Krishna. In your heart, with the love of Krishna, with the love of Krishna. You understand? So you can give me Krishna. You have got to Krishna. Krishna belongs to you. Krishna is captured by you. Do you understand? Though Krishna is supreme, Mattha Parataram Nanyat Kinchidasti Dhananjaya Harishtveka Tattvam Vidhishiva Suresa Pranamitam. Lord Hari is supreme truth. Isn't it? Even Viji, Brahma, Shiva, Suresa, Indra, the heavenly king, are all his sovereignness. Mattha Parataram Nanya Kinchidasti Dhananjaya. He says to Arjuna, oh Dhananjaya, oh Arjuna, that nobody is superior to me. Krishna is supreme. But Aham Bhakto Parahina Asudantra Govinda Sadhu Grasta Hudaya Bhakti Bhakta Janapriya. 9th canto. Srimad Bhagavata says to Dubhasa Muni, oh Vipra Brahman Durvasa, you should understand. Though I am supreme, I am not subordinate to anybody. All are subordinate to me. Still, Aham Bhakto Parahina. I am subordinate to my dear devotee. Do you understand? I am subordinate to my dear devotee. He has bound me. Do you understand? Sada muktopi vadhasmi bhaktina sneharajjuhi Hari Bhakti Siddhodaya. Do you understand? Yajna Purush. It's a statement of Krishna. Sada muktopi vadhasmi bhaktina sneharajjuhi. He said this thing. This is Lord Nrsimha says to Prahlada. Though I am completely free, ever free, do you understand? Supremely independent, still I am bound up with the rope of love of my Lord. Krishna is in bondage, isn't it? Who delivers? Who caused the not of the bondage of everybody? He is in bondage. Wonderful. He is wonderful. Who caused the not of the bondage of everybody? He is in bondage. Isn't it? It's wonderful. It's wonderful. Transcendental. Incalculable. Who has bound of Vishnu? Just the Mata binds Krishna. Isn't it? Is Jasodananda? Son of Jasoda Mata? Suddha Bhave Brajeshwari Koi Bandhan. Isn't it? One Jasoda Mata binds him. Do you understand? With a mortar. Grinding mortar. Isn't it? The naughty boy Krishna. as a naughty boy. Krishna created some disturbances. So, just a minute. How could she bind? Bind. Suddhavave dosavati koroi bodhna. That is the pure love. Pure open love, not conditional love. You understand? So he is in bondage. So his friends, cowherd boys, Sri Ram Subal, they see, oh, our friend is bound up. He's in bondage. Wonderful. Who caused the knot of bondage? Living entities, those are bound up by Maya. He's in bondage. So the friends are thinking of how to release our friend from the bondage. They are thinking of our friend, dear friend, Krishna is in bondage. How to release him? They came and saw that Krishna, that friend, was in bondage. Just a mother bound him up. Mother was very great. So they dare not go at Krishna because mother is there, very great, looks very great. So they hid themselves under a pillar and said, just crowd, go to the courtyard. Mother Jasoda had bound him up in the veranda and then grinding water. Just made some sign. You could stay, come to the courtyard. Just Krishna crawled with the water. You understand? And crawled and the courtyard of Nanda Maharaja, there are two Arjuna trees. No Kubera, morning people, they were trees there. The trees, those who are in species of trees, they are Sthavarjuna. You understand? Sthavarjuna. Their consciousness is the lowest type of consciousness, is Abhuta Chetana. Covered consciousness. The trees, creepers, trees, and the hills and mountains. They are Sthavas. You understand? Their consciousness is the lowest type of consciousness, that's covered consciousness. They were cursed by Narada Muni. Isn't it? The Nalakubera, Manigriva. There are two twin brothers. They were in heavenly planet. But they are sunlessly. They are deeper in this lowest type of consciousness. Narada Muni saw, oh, this, what are you doing? Sunlessly, they were naked and sporting with the heavenly girls, sunlessly in the pond. Do you understand? Narada Muni was passing and he saw what they are doing. Sadhu, hot place. Sadhu's cause, even you should understand. Sadhu's cause is blessing. Yes, he said. So sinful persons, the education can be purified by taking certain devotee of the Lord. You understand? Though he caste, you don't deserve to be here in this high consciousness. Go, be degraded and take part in this earth planet and enter into the faces of Sadhu tree. Because your consciousness is so low. So they enter into the spaces of that tree is this Sadhu. Joy. It's very low level of consciousness. Still, they obeisance. Please excuse us. Yes, we have committed most sinful act. But Sadhu's cause is also blessed. Allah, you will remain as two Arjuna trees in the courtyard of Nanda Maharaja for 36,000 years. But you get touch of Krishna. Then you revive. That is blessing. If you have undergone 36,000 of births, they couldn't have got Krishna. You understand? One birth they got. That is curse of a sadhu, blessed. So Krishna crawled and thus crawled into these trees. You understand? Then that grinding motor was stuck up there. Then Krishna called and two trees were protected. They stuck up. Very tremor, thunder sound was produced. So all came. What happened? What happened? What happened? Nanda Maharaj came, all cowherd men came, all cowherd girls came, themselves. What happened? What happened? Yes. Then their witness, the cowherd boys of Krishna, they told everything. We are going to say. Mother Jasoda found Krishna. So Krishna called, and these two trees are protected. And those two brothers were delivered. Do you understand? So Nanda Maharaj then cut up the bondage of Krishna and Krishna. These boys and friends are very happy. Oh, our friend is now free. No more bondage. It's transcendental Leela. The person is always absorbed in some Leelas. Who sees, not only sees the beauty of Bhagavan Krishna, he sees all Leelas of Krishna. You understand? So much. If someone takes shelter of the devotee, then he will be purified. You understand? One such Vaishnava can deliver the whole world. You understand? One such Vaishnava is my Srimad. Srimad Vedanta Swami Prabhupada. Brahmanda Taite Sakti Dhari Dhari Dhani Ekeda Purani Guno Raite Vasti. Brahmanda whole universe. One such Vaishnava can deliver the whole universe. Say in Veda Purana, the essence of Veda Purana is Srimad Bhagavatam. Srimad Bhagavatam says here. Sukadeva Goswami says here. The one who, if he may be Guna, Kirata, Ukasa, Pulinda, whatever, in such low type of consciousness, lowest type of consciousness is like star consciousness, the covered consciousness. Though is human being, still is animal. Do you understand? Animal consciousness, sunken consciousness or covered consciousness. But is so textile law. Now, such a devotee, they will be purified. Chance has been given. Do you understand? So here it says, Prabhupada Maharaj has mentioned here, the above mentioned mystical names are different nations of the world, even those who are constantly engaged in sinful acts, are all conducive to the standard of perfect human beings. If the text says of the devotee is blocked, this is one thing. Text says of the devotee, Anugrahaya Charanti Bhavjani Bhutani Janardhanasya. Anugrahaya Charanti Bhavjani Bhutani Janardhanasya. The dear devotees of Lord Janardhan Krishna, they don't belong to this material world. They belong to the abode of Krishna. Out of mercy, they descend here. They descend here. And they wander. Even where? In the world. Why? To Tariti Pamor. To deliver this most degraded, sinful person, fallen souls. Mahanta Swabhavai Tarite Pamor. Nijo Karcha Nahi to Jauta. Mahanta Swabhavai Tarite Pamor. This is nature of Mahatma. Do you understand Mahatma? Devotee, Vaishnava is Mahatma. Nature of Mahatma. He has no business here in this material world. Conditioned souls, they come here. Do you understand? They come here, conditioned souls come here. They are forced to come. But eternal liberated souls, dear devotee of love, he has no business here. He is not a conditioned soul. But why he comes? Anugrahaya Charanti Bhavjani Bhutani Janardhanasya. out of mercy he descends to deliver this conditioned soul. Sadhu Pama. You understand? And he is always with Krishna. He has bound up Krishna in his heart. Krishna is supreme power. So, as he has gotten Krishna, he is with the same level with Krishna, and only he can deliver. You understand? He has such potential. He can deliver the whole world. So he says here. And from this person of Sukadeva Goswami, it appears that this state of running a godless civilization in the present context of the world situation, the leadership of the world appears, is entrusted to devoted Lord, for which a worldwide organization under the name and style of International Society for Krishna Consciousness is already been started. Then, by the grace of Almighty Lord, there can be a thorough change of heart in human beings all over the world, because the devoted Lord are able authorities to effect such a change by purifying dust-born minds of the people in general. Only they can do. They are at the highest level of consciousness, this complete Krishna consciousness. Krishna is me. They have gotten Krishna in him, bound Krishna in him, is all purified, almighty. If someone comes in contact with such a devotee, Vaishnava, he may be most degraded, may be of the lowest level of consciousness, he will be purified. He will be purified. Provided he takes shelter. Understand? Krishna je tomar, Krishna dite par, tomar sokoti ache. Ami je ganga, Krishna, Krishna boli hai tomar. This crying must be there. It is really intelligent, really fortunate. He must cry for Krishna, because I have been given this really actually human birth. And the purpose of my birth is to get Krishna. To achieve the highest level of Krishna consciousness. If he understands this thing, he must cry. So by the association of such Vaishnava sadhus, one can develop this Krishna consciousness and they inculcate this Krishna consciousness. That is really being good to others. I said, yes, Lord. You understand what Mahaprabhu said? Bharata bhumite manusya dharma hiraga janma sattva parikara parapara. That's real parapara. First is to make his life perfect, then do good to others. That means to inculcate Krishna consciousness. That is really good. One can achieve success in human purpose and in human life. Otherwise, by getting human life, someone who cannot develop Krishna consciousness, like him, he will be degraded next life. Species of Lord. Thus, you understand? That is what. So, here, Sukadeva Goswami says, and my revered spiritual master says that this worldwide situation will be completely changed if authority will be given to Vaishnavas. You understand? Those leaders. But they what keeps us authority. Because they're wrong. This politician. Then the next further. Prabhupada said, politicians for the world may remain in their respective positions. Because if your devoted Lord are not interested in political leaders, they don't want this. They don't want this. They want Krishna. Or diplomatic implications. Devotees are interested only in seeing that people in general not misguided by political propaganda and in seeing that the valuable life of human being is not spoiled in forming a type of civilization which is ultimately doomed. In the language of my Guru Maharaja, says, what civilization is God's civilization, not God's civilization. Not Krishna consciousness means God's civilization. So in Vaishnava, his heart is Dullava Bhanava Dhanmo Abhya Sansare Krishna Na Bhodinu Dukho Koi Bukare. You understand? Mahaganas. Hari Hari Pole Janama Boy. Manusya Janma Paya, Radha Krishna Nam Hodiya, Janya Sunya Hisope. Isn't it? Nottam Das Thakur said, what are you doing? Getting human bath, not doing Radha Krishna bhajan. So, willingly, you are taking poison. Janya Sunya Visokainu, isn't it? All are taking poison. Those who are not doing Krishna bhajan, Hari bhajan, getting human bath, in the language of Narottam Das Thakur, Vaishnavacharya, they are taking poison, isn't it? That too, the life is animal life. They are just spoiling the valuable human life. This chance has been given to get Krishna. We elevate oneself to the highest level of consciousness, Krishna consciousness. The Sadhu comes, Vaishnava comes, and he wanders throughout the world and sees that a human being is not doing Krishna bhajan, his heart bleeds. His heart bleeds. Do you understand? He goes and says, please do chant Hare Krishna. My Guru Maharaj came to this world, stone world, is the world of nature of Javanat. Do you understand? It's the nature of Javanat world. Do you understand? Oh, no consciousness, animal consciousness, dog consciousness, not doing Hari Bhajan. So he came here. His heart played. And by the order of his revered spiritual master, Srimad Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami Maharaj, he said, yes, go and deliver that book. So his heart played. He came here. So he inculcated Krishna consciousness, started this society for Krishna consciousness. Members. They should go and preach throughout the world. And those who are not Krishna conscious, inculcate Krishna consciousness. And today, let them be good. Because they are eating poison, let them take nectar. Do you understand? Namrutobam. Nectar coming out from the holy name of the Lord. Let them. Chetadarpana marjanam, Maharaja Vagni Bapanam, Sriya Kairava Chandrika Vitaranam, Vidyavadhu Jivanam, Ananam Vivardhanam, Pratipade, Purnamrita Swaram, Sarvatma Snavanam, Param Vijayati, Sri Krishna Sankirtanam. Isn't it? Mahaprabhu's movement. It's Mahaprabhu's movement. Yes, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu recommended by simply glorifying Lord's holy name. Tremendous change of heart can take place, by which the complete misunderstanding within the human nations created by politicians can at once be extinguished. And after the extinction of the fire of misunderstanding, other prophets will follow. What other prophets? They will develop Krishna prayer, pure devotion, Suddha Bhakti, and get Krishna. That is the other things will follow. Ultimately that. To attain the level of complete Krishna consciousness, complete blossoming consciousness, and get Krishna. That will follow. The destination will go back to Godhead, as you have several times discussed in these pages. That will follow. Do you understand? This, here it says, the devotees, purifying propaganda of the devotees as shown by Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And Sukadeva Goswami began his prayer by discussing the word just Kirtanam. If someone says, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram. This holy name of the Lord, Krishna Kirtan, it will give 7 things, isn't it? 7 things. You know what are 7 things? First verse of Sikshastra says, Cheto Darpanam Arjanam Asti. Heart will be purified. The mirror, heart is compared to a mirror. You understand? Filth is there accumulated like Himalayan mountain. Lots of things. Lives. How will you cleanse down? Very easy process. Chanting Hare Krishna under the guidance Of such, they are devotee of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram. This heart, pulling this the heart. Chetadar Paramajanam. Then Bhava Mahadava Nirvapanam. All are being afflicted. Jeep in the forest, fire, Davagni. Do you understand? Nobody set fire in the forest. Automatically. Oh, the animals, their faces there in the forest are burnt. All have a jeep in a frying pan in this material world. Isn't it? Sansara Dhavana Lila Loba Tranayu Karunya Ghananganastum Praptasya Kalyana Gunarnavasya Bande Guru Sri Charanarindam. We offer prayer, Guru Bastava, that Guru, that Vaishnava, who has come here with what? Do you understand? Arnava, with your sin. What sort of person? Karunya Arnava, ocean of mercy. Do you understand? Sansara Dava Traya Karunya Gananastam Praptasya Kalyan Gunarnava. Arnava means ocean. Krishna is known as Karuna Sindhu, Kripa Sindhu, ocean of mercy. Do you understand? If somebody goes to Krishna and says, oh Krishna, you are ocean of mercy, please give me a drop. Drop from that ocean. You are such a fool, Jakim Purush. You are such a fool, why are you coming here? That ocean is not with me now. Where is he? Oh, he has gone there. To your abode, this material world with that ocean. To distribute is distributing. What is gone? Approach it. You fool. Japurush have come to me. Get out! Do you understand? Is Arnava? He has come with ocean. Such fire is there. This forest is in fire. People telephone the, what is that? Fire brigade. Yes, please stop the fire. This forest fire. They can't extinguish. They can't extinguish this fire. You see, if Lord Indra will be merciful and power, torrential rain continuously, then that fire will be extinguished. But this fire, the people here, living entities here, this material world, there has been burning. Frying pan, you see, they are burning, afflicted with three tapas. How this fire will be extinguished? If someone takes shelter of such a Vaishnava who has come with that ocean from Krishna, that mercy, if he saw us, it's just force one drop from that ocean, this fire, no other way. That's it. First thing, sansar, what is it? Chetodarpana marjanam, bhava mahada bhagni nirbhakam. Second thing is jap kirtanam, Krishna sankirtanam. This bhava mahada bhagni nirbhakam. This fire is extinguished. Then what? Sriya Kairava Chandrika Vitaranam Vidyavadu Jivanam. Next to me. After the scorching heat of the sun, in the evening comes very soothing moon. For instance, on moon's time, so soothing. Then when this fire is extinguished, so soothing, calm moon's eye is there. You understand? That is what Krishna Sankirtana. Then Vidyavadhu Jivana. This Sankirtana, Krishna Kirtana, is the life of Vidyavadhu. Isn't it? Jivan means life of Vidyavadhu. Vidya means education. Vidya means education, English. This is for avidya. Spiritual education. Material education is not vidya. It is jada vidya. It is material education. Jada vidya datto mayar vaibhava tomar bhojone badha. Moho jano maya unitya sansare jivaku koraye gava. Bhakti Vinod Thakur sings, Maharaja. Jada vidya, the material education. Maya vaibhava. Do you understand? It is the opulence of Maya. Maya vaibhava. Jada vidya datto mayar vaibhava tomar bhojone. One must acquire this material education, gotten some degrees from great universities, and a PhD doctorate. It's great arts. Big God. A big God. Great arts. It's not human. It's not human. Jodo vidya datto maya. Because you never do Hari Bhajan, Tomar Bhajane Pada. This material education creates hindrance, obstacles in Hari Bhajan. They think themselves, oh, I am so great. He develops demoniac quality. So pride is there. Do you understand? He becomes so proud. I have MA, PhD, doctorate, so great. That's greatly there. Do you understand? It's Gata. Great arts. Consciousness is so low. Animal consciousness, recovered consciousness, sunken consciousness. A low type of consciousness. But he's a leader. Stays himself. He never does. 3%. Do you understand? So, tomar bhodane badhan hodana maya jiva korayega. It's all our process. The Vaishnava comes, inculcate Krishna consciousness, then level of consciousness will be developed. Then you become real human. Then when it comes to the path of Hari Bhajan, do you understand? Comes to the path of Hari Bhajan. Vidyavadhu jivanam. This Hari Bhajan is Sri Krishna Sankirtana, the life of Vidyavadhu. Vadhu, you know, Jagapurs. Vadhu means newly wedded girl. Vadhu. You don't know? Huh? Newly wedded girl. Newly wedded. Huh? Have you seen a newly wedded girl? Huh? She is very sad. Do you understand? Sad? Lajja. That is sad. The same is the ornament of the girls, ladies. Ornament. A sunless lady, that means without naked lady, nude lady. The newly wedded lady or girl is very humble. Do you understand? She always covers his head with veil. Never puts up veil and like sunless, walks like putting high heel, galloping like hot. Do you understand? He's not Badhu. Badhu means nearly wedded girl, sin, humble. Do you understand? It is Vedic civilization. It's Vedic civilization, it's God's civilization, not Dutch civilization. Speaking of this civilization. Do you understand? So name is Vidyavadhu. This holy name of the Lord, Krsna Sankirtana Vidya, the life of Vidyavadhu is spiritual education. Nanama Sadhu Sangyanam. It is said. Nanama Sadhu Sangyanam. There's no knowledge. That's good, that's holy name. The holy name is the source of all knowledge. As Krishna is the source of all knowledge. Satchid Anandamaya Vigraha. Ishvara Parama Krishna Satchidananda Vigraha. Brahma Sangha says. Parameshwara is Krishna, is so Chit Ananda, full of eternality, full of knowledge. Mata smriti jnanam apahanam cha. Gita. Krishna said, Mata smriti jnanam apahanam cha. From me comes jnana, knowledge, isn't it? What is that knowledge? It's pure knowledge. It's Vedic knowledge. It's spiritual knowledge. It's not material knowledge. Do you understand? Pure knowledge. Spiritual education knowledge. Do you understand? It's paravidya. Thereby one do Haribhajan can understand Krishna and do his other. Tesang anukampathu ahangajnanadantama nasayanyatmabhavastu jnanadipena vasvama. 10th chapter of Bhagavad Gita. Isn't it? Do you know this? Gita? Are you not reading Gita every day? Read it! Every day should read Bhagavad Gita. Is it? Prabhupada must say. Yes. This should be preached. Srimad Bhagavatam and Srimad Bhagavad Gita can be preached all over the world. Because it's a process. Education. Should spread. So we are spreading this knowledge, international society, but Krishna consciousness. Krishna says, Kesam evanukam partham aham jnanadantama nasayami atmabhavastu jnanadipena bhava. Tesam sattvajittana bhadatam priyavakam dadami buddhijo tam jena mangupadam. One who does my bhajan is love. Pritipurvaka bhaja. Sattvajittana is constantly attached to me. Do you understand? Constantly, they devote me. It's constantly attached to me and always chanting my holy name. It never misses one moment. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama. Do you understand? Aham nisachinta Krishna balahodani. Ki swayane, ki bodhane, ki vajagani. It's my process. Day and night, 24 hours. Think of Krishna and chant name of Krishna, even in waking state, in sleeping state, in dreaming state, while in taking food. Do you understand? Don't forget Krishna. It's always thinking of Krishna and chanting his holy name. Do you understand? Such a person, such a devotee. I give him his constraint attached. For the people Bhagavan and chants my name with love, I give him pure intelligence. That intelligence, Manpodanti, will come to me. Then next verse says, Kesam evankam partham aham jnanadantama nasayanyatmabhavastu jnanadipena vasvama. Out of mercy, anukampa means out of mercy, I enkindle the lamp of knowledge in his heart. You understand? Jnanadipaha. I enkindle the lamp of knowledge in his heart and dispel the darkness of ignorance. Do you understand? No jnana. That's Krishna. Because Mata smriti jnanam apahanamcha. From me comes jnana. Satchit. Chenamaya is full of jnana, knowledge. So the holy name is also, because the holy name is not different from Krishna. Abhinato nama, no nama, sattu samjnana. There's no knowledge. Do you understand? Let's go to the holy name. So vidyavadhu jivanam, one who chants the holy name, automatically. Oh, Vedic knowledge. Do you understand? Reveals to you. Do you understand? Mukham karoti vācāya, bhangu lambhati giri, jat kripāstamam mande Sri Guru Dinotarini Paramananda Madhava. One may be done. Mukha khanakatare dvara. Do you understand? But if he gets the mercy of Sri Guru, Vaishnava, and mercy of Madhava, Lord Krishna, he will become an eloquent speaker of Vedas. Vacha, mukhaṁ karoti vacha. Yes, because Veda, Vedic knowledge, comes from Krishna. And chants this holy name, he is not ignorant fool. He is conversant with all Vedic knowledge. Do you understand? He is conversant with all Vedic knowledge. Kapadev has said that in third canto Bhagavatam, Aho Vatsopadadigariyanto Vibhagre Vatpati Namatubhyam Tepu Tapaste Juhu Sasnur Arjaha Brahmanujur Namangunam Chijeti. Do you understand? 3:33:7. Third canto, 33, chapter 7. Lord Prabhupada says, Aho Vat. It's not Lord Prabhupada. Mother of Prabhupada, Devahuti says, Aho Vat Sopadratmagaryan Jivagri Vatpati Namatubhyam Tepu Tapaste Juhu Sasna Arjya Brahmanujur Namagunam Jiyete. Mother Devahuti says, Son, Lord Kapila, oh Lord, those who chant your name, you understand, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram. They are topmost persons. They may be born in the family of Chandalas. Do you understand? They may be born in the family of Chandalas. Very noble like Kirato, Aviro, Khasa races. They may be born in very low. But if they chant Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, they are the most persons. Do you understand? Now, Juhadre Vastu is so pathetic. Juhadre Vastu, they have got everything. They have gotten Krishna. Krishna means everything. They have gotten everything. Tepu tapaste, juhu, sasna, archa, brahmanurti, namanurti. They have already undergone all types of penance and austerity. Tapasya. No more tapasya. Jat tapasyasi tat kurusva mother. In Gita, Krishna said, if you do some tapasya, then do the tapasya for me, for my pleasure. So those who are saying, Hare Krishna, the holy name of Lord, complete, those who have taken complete self-correct unto the holy name of the Lord, they have already undergone tapasyas. They have gotten the results of tapasya. Do you understand? They put tapasya. Juhu, that means they are already done jagnas, performed jagnas. Best of title jagna is the name jagna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram. Best title jagna. Only one jagna recommended in Kaljuga is Nam jagna. Other jagnas are not recommended. And thus this chant this holy name, takes part in Nam jagna. Mahaprabhu Sankirtanam, he has already performed. He gets the ultimate joy for performing all types of jagnas. No more. Do you understand? Sasno, he has gotten the result of taking bath in all holy places. That is Sasno. He has taken, already gotten the result of taking bath in all the holy places. No more going to any holy place and have a deed. One chance. Sorry, Krishna. Brahma anuchuhu, Namanam tijeti Brahma anuchuhu. That means he has gotten all Vedic knowledge. Someone may study Veda and acquire Vedic knowledge. But if someone simply chants Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, under the guidance of a bona fide Gour of Yadana, dear devotee of Gauranga Mahaprabhu, automatically gets all Vedic knowledge. All Vedic knowledge manifests, revealed, is Brahma. That is it. Now, Nama sadrusum jnanam. There is no jnana. Knowledge as good as the holy name. Therefore said, Vidyavadhu Jivanam. Therefore it said Vidyavadhu Jivanam. Then that person becomes sober, becomes humble. Tunavati Sunchena. Taroriva Sahisruna. Omanira Manadeno. Kirtaniya Sada Hari. Mahaprabhu says in Sikhastra. If really someone chants this Hare Krishna, he should develop these qualities. He'll think himself, his mood is like that. He thinks himself much humbler than a blade of grass lying in the stream. Such humility, humbleness, you understand? No pride at all. So Vidyavadhu Jivan. Badhu means she is very humble. You understand? Always puts veil on his head. Never, her body is never straight. You understand? Always like bent and goes very slowly. That is Badhu. Nail-weighted guy. You understand? Vidyavadhu. You understand? This is just education. Badhu means just lady. Devoted lady. That's Badhu. You understand? Those are unjust, not devoted. They are not Badhu. You understand? They are not Badhu. So Vidyavadhu Jivan, one who really applies this knowledge, this Paravidya, transcendental knowledge, spiritual knowledge, Vedic knowledge, chants really Hare Krishna, automatically, this all Vedic knowledge gives to him, he becomes Amala. No pride at all. You understand? That is Vidyavadhu Jivanam. Huh? Vidyavadhu Jivanam. But then what is that? Chedadarpanam Arjanam Bhavamahadavagni Bhapanam Sriya Kairavachandrika Vidaranam Vidyavadhu Jivanam Purnamrita Swadanam. Then he releases the nectar, complete nectar, the emanating from the holy name. Always releases. Taste that nectar. Purnamrita Swadanam Pratipade Anandam Divardhanam. And his ananda, his pleasure, develops gradually. If we stay, it becomes developed. Purnamrita Swadanam Pratipade Anandam Divardhanam. Sarvatma Snapanam Param Vijayati Sri Krishna Sankirtanam. And all these souls are amongst Snapanam, all souls, those who are born, afflicted with three tapas, the fire they extinguish. He can extinguish that fire. Those souls, afflicted souls, will calm down, so peaceful. These are 7 results of Krishna Sankirtanam, Param Vijayate Sri Krishna Sankirtanam. Therefore it says, Vidyavadhu Jivanam. Name Abhakta Satruvedi Madhakta Sopacha Priya. I'll stop. All are going now, leaving. So I'll stop. Stop speaking. Continue. Let it finish. Name Abhakta Satruvedi Madhakta Sopacha Priya. Tasme Deyam Patagrajam Satapujyo Dathaya. Krishna says, and Sanatana Goswami has quoted his words in Haribhakti Vilas. Krishna says, one may be a very learned scholar, Vedic scholar, 4 Vedas, Chaturvedi. Now studies 4 Vedas, but Abhakta is not my devotee. Do you understand? But he is not my devotee. He may be a Chaturvedi, sufficient 4 Vedas, studied 4 Vedas, maybe Brahman, born in Brahman family, but not my devotee. Do you understand? Madhvakta Swabhata Priya is not dear to me. He is not dear to me. Madhvakta Swabhata Priya. Only born in family of Chandal, dog eaters. But he is my devotee. He is very dear to me. Do you understand? Tasmei Riyam, Tadagrajyam, Satapujyo, Jathayam. Krishna said, he should be worshipped as I am worshipped. Sacha Pujya Jathayam. Tasmediyam Tathagrajyam. If you want to give some charity, donation, give him. He is the worthy person to accept charity, donation. Tasmediyam Tathagrajyam. Whatever he gives you, you accept. You accept what he gives. He gives, imparts this knowledge. Tattva jnana. Do you understand? He inculcates Krishna consciousness. That is his charity. Do you understand? You accept it. So he says, so Bhakta Sopati. He may be born in very low family, but he may get devotee. He is to be worshipped as I am, and he is dear to me. Nijo jati no Krishna bhajane ajogya. Sakla vipralake bhajane ajogya. Jai bhaje sai bada. Abhakta hina tha. Krishna bhajane nahi jati puradi vicha. There is no bar in doing Krishna bhajan. Do you understand? No bar. Whether he is born in Brahmin or Javan family, whether he is born in Brahmin family. High family or low family. No bar. Any person, even this Puna, Kirata, Sukadeva Goswami said, Kirata, Puna, Anupulanda, Pukas, Avira, Sumha, Javana, member of Hasaresan, even others addicted to sinful acts, can it purify, take shelter of the devotee of God. You understand? Take shelter of such Gour Priyadana, dear devotee of Gauranga Mahaprabhu, chant for Krishna. Guidance, he becomes purified. He becomes a pure Vaishnava. He comes to the same level of Krishna. The develops the highest level of consciousness, completely blossoming consciousness, complete Krishna consciousness. That is it. Jai Bhade Sri Bhada. When a does bhajan, he is great. Abhakta hina cha. But who is not doing bhajan, is not devotee, must be created like animal. Like dog or hawk. Krishna bhajan nahi jati kudadicha. There is no consideration of what jati, what caste, what creed. In Krishna bhajan, no such thing. Mahaprabhu, indiscriminately, gives praise to one and all, make praises. Do you understand? So, here, my spiritual master says here, as Allah powerful Lord accepts the humble service of his devotee in devotional service, the archana is formed as the worshipable deity of the temple. Similarly, the body of a pure Vaishnava changes transcendentally at once when he gives off to the service of the Lord, trained by a qualified Vaishnava. He is always engaged under the, trained by a qualified Vaishnava, taken, accepted Vaishnava Guru, Gaura Priyajana, dear devotee of Gauranga Mahaprabhu, accepted. The Vaishnava Guru, under his guidance, is chanting Hare Krishna, is engaged 24 hours in the loving service of Krishna. Do you understand? Doing Sravanam, Kirtanam, Smaranam, Vandanam, Archanam, Dasyam, Saksham, Atmavidam, Pada Sevanam, Dasyam, Saksham, Atmavidam. Such is, he is a Vaishnava. He becomes a Vaishnava. He becomes a qualified Vaishnava, pure Vaishnava. He never thinks the deity worshipped in temple inspired by Vaishnava is idol. Is not idol. Nama Rupa Vigraha Tinoti Anandamaya Tine Bhedavan. The holy name of the Lord, holy name of Krishna, and the deity, installed deity in the temple installed by Vaishnava, and his own form, Krishna. There is no difference. Three are transcendental. One personally, Narati, one is personally Narati. You understand? The low person of low consciousness, most degraded consciousness, covered consciousness, animal consciousness. You understand? You must go to hell and things the deity worshipped in the temple as so item, he says. Shriya Gurusu, Naramapir Vaishnave, Jatu Buddhi, Gurusu Naramapir Vaishnave Jatu Buddhi, Sri Vishnu Namni Sabda, Samana Buddhi, one should not consider the deity of the Lord worshipped in the temple to be an idol, nor should one consider the authorized spiritual master an ordinary man. Acharya Manvidanya Mahamanyekarite. Namatyabudhisveta Sadvadevamaya Guru. Krishna says, 11th canto of Bhagavad. To Dhava, the Acharya, the Vaishnava, who delivers Krishna, who imparts this Krishna Tattva Jnana. He is not an ordinary mortal being. He is as good as myself, Manvidanya. To think of the spiritual master as an ordinary human being is the great Namapara. Great Namapara. Most terrible Namapara. One should understand. That he says. Acharya Manjana Mamarekani. Namatyavati Sveta. One should not consider him as a mortal being. Sadhu, the Guru, all demigods. Jasyasni Bhakti Bhagavati Akinchana. Sarvigni Statva Smaste. Harava Bhaktasya Buddha Mahatma Mamlutinasa Bhavata Another person there. Another develop another host. Ananya Bhakti. The Sadhu Bhakti Bhagavati. Sarvigni Statva. All the godly qualities are there. He is endowed with all godly qualities. Automatic. Sarva Mahagana Vaishnava Sarire Krishna Bhakti Krishna Sagari Sanchare. Kaviraj Goswami says in Chaitanya Charitamrita, whatever the good transcendental qualities Krishna has, all the qualities of Vaishnava possesses. Yes, he is of the same level. That is it. Now, Sadhu and consider your Vaishnava belongs back to our God. The conclusion is that Lord being all powerful can under any and every circumstance accept anyone from any part of the world, either personal or through his own appointment manifestation as spiritual master. Lord Satan accepted many devotees from communities other than the Varnasramites. And he himself declared to teach us that he doesn't belong to any caste or social order of life, but that he is the eternal servant of the Lord who maintains the damsel of Vrindavan, Lord Krishna, that is the way of self-realization. That was Mahapurush. Nahu Vipro, na Chalarapati, na Vaisyo, na Sudro, no Varni, na Chakrapati, no Manaspodatirva, Kintu Pradyan Nikhila, Paramananda Purnamutadhir, Gopi Bhatru Pada Kamala Dasa Dasa Dasa. That translation has been given here. My Guru Maharaj has said, Lord Chaitanya declared to teach us that he does not belong to any caste or social order of life, but that he is the eternal servant of the Lord who maintains the themselves of Vrindavan. That is the real identity of Jiva. Jiver Swarupa Hoy, Usnir Nityada. Real identity of Jiva is eternal servant of Krishna. The Vaishnava sees that angle of Krishna and sees servant of Krishna. There is no discrimination of caste, creed, religion. Boy, sand and a beauty. The Vaishnava comes, he does so. And here Sukadeva Goswami says, listen. So, one may be born in such a low family categories like Kinathas, Kiratas, Huna, Mletsa, Pukas, whatever, maybe, but they should be elevated to this higher level of Krishna consciousness, unified consciousness, completely blossoming consciousness. Thank you. Prabhupada Maharaj ki jai, Swami Bhakta Vrinda ki jai. All right. Hare Krishna. Krishna.